Number of organizations across the US and is well aware of the AI technologies and so on and so forth. He has done a lot of work. He has experience of more than 20 years in taking care of the businesses and understanding the technologies and helping the organization to grow. So, Mr. Tadepalli, thank you very much for taking time to talk to me today. I understand that you are very busy with so many other engagements and speaking engagements that you're doing. But your experience in AI and machine learning and the growing the organizations is humongous, and I really appreciate taking time on talking to me today. So, just to unwind your experience and who are you, I would appreciate if you could introduce yourself, and we'll take it from here.
Awesome, awesome, Suresh, and thank you for having me as a guest. I'm excited to be here. Well, as you said, thank you for the intro. I spent, more than 3 decades here in US in various technology roles. Out of that, 2 decades as a CIO with multiple insurance companies for 20 years. So I have seen a lot. I've seen many generations of technologies come and go. Um, just one sentence I will put it is we have seen many evolutions.
Exactly.
However, I will call this AI not just an evolution, it's a revolution. That's how I'll start off the thing.
Brilliant, brilliant. I know you're absolutely right. We saw web applications, desktop applications, mobile applications, so many other things. So AI is definitely a different league altogether. It will definitely enhance a lot of customers' experiences and so on and so forth. So before we go into the AI topic, I understand that. But coming back to your experience, I know that you went to US as a software engineer and you did a lot of work. So how did you pivot into CIO role? What was your learning and what was your, the extra energy or extra knowledge and experiences that you break through to get into the stage that you are in?
That's a great question. It's kind of hard to kind of answer that question in a like even in a half an hour or something like that. But
I know, I know, I know, but
I will do my best. First and foremost, you got to be passionate about what you're doing. That's number one thing. And then you got to continue to work hard. There is no substitute for hard work. Okay.
exactly, I
And
agree.
then you need to be able to adopt. Adaptation is the biggest thing. Sometimes, when you come from India to USA, it's not like coming from Hyderabad to Mumbai or something like that. This is
Yeah,
a different country, different culture, uh, different a lot of differences. You got to be able to adopt.
yeah,
Just like we adopt to technology changes, you got to adopt to cultural changes and a lot of those kind of things and all. But more importantly, the way you transition from engineering mindset to managerial mindset and from there to leadership mindset is the mindset. The most important and the key word people to remember is the mindset. You got to keep changing your mindset. When I say the mindset, when you are an engineer or sometimes when you are a manager, you are more task oriented. You are keeping on tasks and the focus is on the task, which is appropriate. But then you need to change your mindset to more like a leadership and leading the enterprise outcomes. When people ask, what do you mean by outcomes? Outcomes means think about in terms of the whole business, like financials, customers, strategy, culture, long-term value. How exactly the company I am working or as an engineer, the code I'm writing, where exactly this is going to fit in, what it is doing to the bottom line of the company. Is it generating the revenue? Is it reducing expenses? Is it getting new customers? Is it improving the customer service? You got to understand that. And not only understand, you got to communicate that to the senior leadership team. You got to get the visibility. So the thing is, you cannot hide behind the cubicle and just keep on coding. You will be there forever if you continue to, which is not a bad thing. Some people might like to do that. That's okay. But the
Yeah.
people who are interested in moving up the corporate ladder, number one thing is to change the mindset. Instead of thinking, I'm responsible for my deliveries, that's not enough. You are responsible for the deliveries, absolutely. But you got to think about, I am responsible for the success of the entire enterprise, not
Yeah.
single-handedly, but you are part of the thing. You got to, you have, you have to keep thinking, what else I can do to help the company grow, increase the revenue, and all those things. So the biggest thing is mindset. There is many things we can talk about it, but the
Mhm.
mindset and working towards get visibility, those are some really key important things.
I totally agree with you because the most of these so-called engineers and they think that they came to do a specific task to get the work done, and the rest of this is basically for the project managers or whoever is handling the project. But none of the people, I mean, I'm not saying none, but quite a few people will think, okay, this is not my job. I don't want to get into my nose into so many things. But coming back, what is when you say mindset? I understand that you touched quite a few of them in the discussion that you said right now. But what is one of those things that you think this without this specific the mindset change or a skill, it is very difficult to break through? Which one is? Is it a communication? Is it technology? Is it or the stick of everything together? What
Oh,
is your thought?
that's another really good question. First and foremost is definitely communication. Okay.
Gotcha.
Uh, as you know, again, I don't put everybody, but quite a few of them
Yeah.
are fall into the category of lacking the communication skills.
Mhm.
When I say the communication skills, I don't mean speaking English. Most of us, from most of the countries, from India and other South Asian countries and any other countries, most of them speak good English. That is not the issue. But communicating at the executive leadership level is different from the tech speak. So
Yeah.
you need to transition from tech speak to this thing. So you got to demonstrate executive presence, command of the communication. In when you speak to your tech colleagues, it's almost like you're speaking a different language. But
Exactly.
once you move up to the executive ranks, you are speaking a different language. You got to be able to speak to multiple languages. Just like when you say bilingual, it's not just a language. You're only mostly speaking in English, but you are speaking different language. You got to get rid of all those acronyms and all. You use this thing. You got to talk about the bottom line, how you are influencing the bottom line, how you are influencing how you are influencing the profitability of the company, how you're this thing. Suppose, for example, if you kind of make make a statement saying that we are able to move our systems to the cloud. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that's a decent way to describe what you accomplish. But really, one way I would say would be by moving our systems to cloud, we have brought flexibility and the speed to deliver enhanced customer service to our customers. That means a slightly different thing. Am I right?
Yeah. Yeah.
You got to translate what you have accomplished into the business outcomes,
Exactly.
or you can
Yeah.
say something like, as part of our corporate goal this year, we were planning to expand to the other states.
Okay.
And this will enable the speed of delivery into other states, exponentially faster.
Okay.
So that is the kind of language I'm talking about. When I say communication skills, it's not just
Mhm.
about speaking English, it's about the words that matter. You got to
Exactly.
use the words that catch the attention of the finance people, catch the attention of the operational people, catch the attention of
Okay.
the CEO, strategy. That is what you
Okay.
got to be doing. You got to change your this thing. And the other thing I would say, the other skills people have to acquire is
Hmm.
finance skills. You got to understand that how you read the company's financial statement, the
Yeah.
revenue, sales, expenses, where exactly the bottom line is, and what you are doing. This thing, finance, communication skills, people skills, and
Yeah.
also the subject area expertise. When I say subject area, if you are working for a retail company, you need to know exactly how the retail operation works. If you're working for an
Exactly.
insurance company, you need to know how an insurance company works. And
Yeah.
within insurance company, depending on which insurance you're doing, life insurance, health insurance, or property insurance, you got to be a subject area expert, technology expert, understand finance, leadership skills with people skills. So those are the key components of that. Just want to say something. I'm actually planning on starting a leadership executive program
Okay.
specifically targeted for tech people.
Brilliant. Brilliant. So assume that whatever the analogy that you gave me, you're saying that you have to become a CEO of your own with all the knowledges, experiences, and so on and so forth. So that's a great analogy because end of the day, you have to function as a CEO, behave like a CEO, and talk like a CEO. That's a very good analogy. When you're talking about this training session that you're talking about, um, why would anybody take a training? What is the reason? Because these are some of those skills that you mentioned. It's not something that can I go and learn in the classroom. It has to be more from my personality standpoint, my change, my behavior change, and my mindset change. So why do you think these kind of trainings help them out?
That's a good question. That would be, I'll ask the question like, even people like Tendulkar, why does he have a coach?
Brilliant.
You
Okay,
know,
gotcha.
I mean, I can expand, but what I'm saying is all the top players, even you take the tennis player, Djokovic has his own coach. He has
Yeah,
won so many Grand Slams. Why does he need a
gotcha.
coach?
Gotcha.
There's a
Brilliant.
reason
Brilliant.
for a
Yeah,
coach because you need to hear from different perspective, and also that other individual most likely has what I call battle scars.
gotcha.
They have
Gotcha.
been in the battles in the past. You know, I mean, right now Gautam Gambhir is the coach of the Indian team and all. I'm not
Yeah,
saying whether he's good or bad, but he has been in the battles in the past. Prior to that,
gotcha.
Rahul Dravid was there. Why do you need a coach? These guys are seasoned veterans making so much money, but you need somebody to provide you guidance. And if you are going in the wrong path, the person has to say. But the other thing is trying to learn by yourself
Okay,
versus trying to have a guidance and really bring that mindset. And also the other thing would be like you want to be proactive as opposed to reactive. So
gotcha.
this will
Gotcha. Gotcha.
facilitate on what you want to be a proactive. And also the example I gave you about the language. The language means executive language. How are you going to learn about the executive language? I mean, you can go and sign up to multiple classes here, there, here, there. Yes. But the other thing is most of the classes out there are not necessarily specifically targeted for tech people. They're
Gotcha.
targeted for
Gotcha.
general public. So what I'm thinking is I'm trying to think for specifically targeted for the tech people. How do you change your mindset from tech problem solving, architecture, design? These are skills they have. How do you take those things and transform into the business skills? How do you kind of
Gotcha.
bring in yourself? It's more like what I call coming out of the cubicle and get into the
Gotcha.
boardroom. Okay, how do you
Gotcha.
get into the boardroom? The second thing is getting into the boardroom is one thing, but then how you survive in the boardroom is the second thing.
Exactly, exactly. So basically, what you're saying is unlearn all those things that you learned since last couple of years and make a fresh skin and to learn something new from executive standpoint. So that's a great. This is
Yeah,
obviously because yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
let me
Sorry.
just say because a
Yeah,
lot of tech people take a lot of pride in the expertise they have, which is good.
exactly. Yeah,
But as long as you remain as a technology expert, the companies try to keep you as a technology expert because that is the
gotcha.
value they see from you. You might make some
Makes
good
sense.
money, but if that is what you love to do and that's what you want to remain, absolutely there's no problem with that. There's nothing wrong with that. But if you are ambitious about climbing up the corporate ladder, become a vice president, a CIO, or even a CEO, then you got to sometime give up your technology expertise. Give up means I don't mean forget. What I mean is you need to basically dim the lights a little bit
Yeah,
on the
gotcha.
technology expertise and okay to be willing to say, yeah, I am going to build up on other expertise. just I'm done with my technology expertise. I have accumulated enough of it. I want to acquire the enterprise leadership skills. I want to stay curious. When you say curious, curious doesn't mean I want to learn this technical skill and that technical skills and all. So instead of keep on adding technical skills, a lot of people I see, they keep
Mhm.
on adding 10, 15 technical skills. When you see the resume, you have AWS, you have Azure, you have this, you have Salesforce, you have this. Fine, nothing wrong with it. As long as you want to remain as a technology expert, that is good. That's a good thing. But if you, it's like I give an analogy in a movie industry. If you are a great comedian, you remain as a comedian for our life. And
Yeah.
if you are happy with that, fantastic. But you want
Yeah.
to be a lead role and sing some duets with some beautiful heroines, you need to change your mindset and you got to acquire a different skill set to do that. Am I right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Got your point. So now that people are talking about AI, this is coming and killing my business, my opportunities of my job and so on and so forth. And everybody is busy learning new skills like Gen AI and AI and all those new jargons that we're talking about. Why do you think people will leave this and say, hey, you know what, instead of learning a new technology, I would rather go and, take the exclusive director or, the courses that you're talking about, or any of those skills that you want to acquire. Why do you think that is going to happen now? Because people are very shit scared of this new wave of technology that is coming up, and people would like to, remain and learn new things. So, what is your analogy on that?
Well, analogy means, as I said at the beginning of this meeting, it's a revolution. It's
Yeah,
not an evolution. I have seen many, many evolutions in my career. Okay.
yeah,
But this is something different. This
gotcha.
I strongly believe it's here to stay. It's going to change not just the technology, the human life. That's how
Gotcha.
we'll put it. So, but instead of being afraid or fearful, I would highly recommend we got to embrace the revolution because
Gotcha. Yeah,
I don't think we can stop this. This is going to
gotcha.
happen. It's only a matter of time. So we got to embrace the revolution. So I don't want to scare anybody, but what I would
Mhm.
say is this is an opportunity. We got to look at it as an opportunity. Doesn't matter whether you're a tech person, non-tech person, and all. Sometimes challenge is an opportunity. You know,
Gotcha.
uh, what I'm going to give an analogy may not be the right analogy, but something we can remember. It happened most recently when COVID came.
Mhm.
We had no choice. We
Yeah,
needed to embrace the challenge that is thrown at us. Am I right?
yeah, yeah.
So there are several companies have not only accepted the challenge, they
Mhm.
thrived on the challenge. It's like
Mhm.
the people who are selling all the masks, all those kind of things. They looked at as an opportunity. You
Yeah,
know, so I would say everyone should look at this as an opportunity that's coming our way. What can we do to basically thrive in this new revolution, part of the revolution, not be afraid of, oh my God, the revolution is coming. No, revolution is an opportunity that's coming to me. What can I do?
gotcha.
So the one sentence I will say is, or a question I'll put it to the
Mhm.
people is, instead of talking about disruption to everyone else, are you prepared to disrupt yourself?
Gotcha.
Are you prepared
Makes
to
sense.
disrupt by taking this opportunity? Let me tell you, the biggest competitive advantage in the next couple of years is the
Mhm.
one with ideas,
Gotcha.
because ideas can be made realities with the AI tools available in the market even today itself.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
anybody has an idea, instead of sitting on the idea, do something with all the AI tools you have. So it's like how I say is, uh, irrespective of the cards you are dealt with,
Mhm.
do your magic, create your own magic. So take
Gotcha.
whatever AI tools you want, ChatGPT,
Mhm.
Claude, or Gemini, Gork, whatever it is,
Mhm.
doesn't matter, or a combination of all those kind of things. You have an idea, use these tools to make that idea a reality. This is
Gotcha,
the
gotcha,
time you can make your dreams real. That is
gotcha,
how I put
gotcha.
it. Okay. Doesn't
Brilliant.
have to be, I mean, use it for whatever you want. You want
Yeah,
to be a CEO, you want to be a founder, you want to be a director, this thing. And this could be an opportunity sometimes even to change the entire field. I
exactly.
mean, these days, for example, if you have a dream about making a movie, go ahead and make a movie with all these kind of things.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
never know. I'm saying this is an opportunity to disrupt yourself. That's
Fair
what I
enough, fair
say.
enough.
I hope I kind of
Brilliant.
said enough. I can
No,
go
no, no.
on
I
and
think
on like
you're
this.
absolutely. Yeah, yeah. I know you definitely made a point here because eventually this is what I've read and what I understand from a lot of topics that been reading since some time now. Next 10 years is the it makes going to make more millionaires than what he made in 2000, 2010, 2020. So that is the research shows that there is an opportunity for all the people who are trying to take their dreams to the next level. So this is a great opportunity. And coming back to the topic of you training somebody from the tech background, what is one skill that you see before you onboard them as part of your program? Say anybody can come and say, I want to be, and end of the day, money is not a criteria. I understand that a lot of people have money to pay for this kind of a courses, but if you want to be a successful person in going to the ladder, so what kind of one skill that you see? I think this skill is must to have. There is no compromise on this skill. Which one is that?
I think the adaptability is the main thing, but I'll expand a little bit on that. I use the
Okay.
word mindset a lot. There are
Okay.
actually two types of mindset. One is called
Mm-hmm.
fixed mindset, and the other one is
Mm-hmm.
called growth mindset. There's a book on
Gotcha.
mindset. You can read on that, as my people who are listening can read on that. Fixed
Which
mindset is people
can you
who
Penny,
think,
can you
yeah,
name the
it's
book
called
that you are that? Yeah.
mindset. Just the name of the book is mindset.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that. Yeah.
I can send the name of the author. She's a Stanford professor. I think
Fair enough.
Carol Dweck, if I'm not
Yeah.
mistaken. But there's a book on mindset, fixed
Okay.
mindset and growth mindset. Fixed
Yeah.
mindset people are, they know everything. I'm an expert. I don't need to learn anything. The
Gotcha.
growth mindset people are always willing to learn.
Yeah.
So I look for people with the growth mindset. Even when I'm hiring people, that's what I
Mhm.
think. Even if that individual doesn't know the skill, he or she is interested and willing to learn. So I need adaptability and the growth mindset. One group of people, I would say probably, which would be difficult, would be there are some people I come across where I call them, lack of a better word, tool junkie. That means they
Okay.
master tool after tool, tool after tool, and that's all they want to do. But the
Okay.
tools are good. There's no problem with that. But they are just simply focused on the tools, tools, tools. But we need to
Okay.
think about the outcome. What
Okay.
exactly is the tool doing? How is it
Yeah.
generating revenue? How is it expanding? How is it making the lives of the other people better? You see what I'm
Mm.
saying? You know, I mean, something like I would say an example. If there's a carpenter, if the carpenter is focused on how to use the hammer, how to use the screwdriver and all, we don't care about it. We want the
Mm.
outcome. We want the carpenter to do something for us, build something for us.
Exactly.
Do you see what I'm
Hmm.
saying? And a lot of
Yeah,
times
yeah,
we don't worry about the carpenter using a hammer or a tool, a screwdriver or something. So people who are in the technology should be stop less worrying about the tools. Actually, with the AI, the tools
yeah.
are
Hmm.
becoming less and less significant. You
I
have to
got you.
focus on the outcomes and all. So adaptability is the most important thing and all. And of course, they're interested in being a leader for the sake of improving not only their own lives but the other people's lives. You
Got you.
want to make
Got
an
you.
impact in other people's lives, make people better, challenge them to be better than who they are, use their full potential. That's what I say.
Brilliant, brilliant. Um, before we start the podcast, you mentioned that you have something very interesting to talk about the AI thing. So I would appreciate if you could elaborate what you have and what you want to offer.
Yeah, I mean, I talked a lot, but there is something else I want to add is
Yeah,
I would say the entire systems development life cycle, as we know in the software engineering, is going to change because of AI. As you
gotcha.
might know, there were generations of computer programming languages, first generation, second, third, fourth, fifth. Each generation, the intent is to make it closer to the natural language, from machine
Yeah,
language, first generation to this thing, to fifth generation.
yeah,
So
yeah,
now with
yeah,
AI, we have the ability to develop systems using ChatGPT and all the AI tools by using
yeah,
prompt, which means in English or other
yeah,
languages. So there is
yeah.
no more need of generations of the languages. We don't need sixth generation, seventh generation, and all. So actually, I
Mm.
copyrighted a term called nth generation programming. So
Wow.
I
Okay.
copyrighted nth generation programming because
Uh,
this is the last generation of computer language ever needed for developing systems. Okay.
uh,
So I am actually giving some lectures and classes at the universities here on the nth
okay.
generation programming. This is going to impact all the software engineers. What is going to happen is instead of the business people giving the requirements to the
Uh,
BAs and the developers and all, now the business people will be developing systems, but not complete systems. Instead of the requirements, they will create an MVP, like a minimum viable
uh,
product instead
product.
of giving the
Okay.
requirements. And then the tech people will take the MVP and complete the design, integrate with APIs and all to the external systems, and put the
Okay.
security, and then test it and deploy it. So the role of the engineers is not going to eliminate it. It is going to change. You are going to
Exactly.
take something, a base model, and you expand the model to more of a production capability. That is what
Gotcha.
going to happen. So I coined the term called nth generation programming, and this nth
Ah,
generation programming is, in my opinion, I mean, some of them different people may be calling white programming and all this kind of thing, but it's very similar concept. But the bottom line is the way we know software development is going to change. It might not
gotcha.
happen this year, but it would be there pretty soon, and the business people will learn this prompting and they will start developing systems. Once again, we can't be afraid of it. We need to adopt it.
Gotcha, gotcha. No, no, I think that's a great analogy. You're absolutely right because a lot of these big projects that we normally do, so they have so much of time spending on requirement gathering and doing a wireframes. You know, the business has one need and the developer has a different need and all those things. So you're absolutely right. Yeah. You have to leave, or
Yes,
is it
yes,
hard
yeah.
stop? Okay, let me stop this and just to if somebody wants to reach out to you, do you have any email ID? Do you have any telephone
Yeah,
number?
I
How does
will
it gonna work?
give an email ID. It's raw at digitron.ai. Raw at
Gotcha.
digitron.ai. And I'm also on the LinkedIn. I have
Okay,
10,000 followers on the LinkedIn.
sure.
People can follow me, and I will always respond.
Fair enough. No problem. Thank you very much for joining this podcast, Mr. Rao. I really appreciate talking to my team and the audience. I'm looking forward to have many more of those discussions going forward. So thank you very much. I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Thank you, and it's pleasure being here. Thank you.